All right, hey everybody, this is barreling down to the last few sessions of Certified Dream Coach. I just have some brief points for you, and then I want to open up for Q&A. You know, some of the things that I think Carrie and the rest of you guys did on the last call was maybe go over the list and see if you could help, tweak some of the answers to that short list of these are the things that you should be able to talk about. And like I said, you don't need 45 minutes to be able to discuss every one of those items, but you should be pretty comfortable to be able to, somebody says, well, what is this? Give them a 5-minute explanation. So if you can't do that, then it's probably good to maybe ask now, during this session, at the end of the session, if there's one that you're not really sure about. I'll give you a quick 5-minute overview of each one. But I'm going to share my screen. We are currently working on both certification logos for a certification design for you guys to put on your website. We're also going to be having certificates for you at the event, and no cap and gown necessary. We'll just forego the cap and gown. So I want to talk to you about some little points. Some of them I've kind of made before, some of them I haven't. ABC of coaching. Coaching 101, ABC, always be coaching. Now, if you're going to be a life coach, one of the things that you have to do is you're always be coaching. Now, if you're in sales, ABC means always be closing. But in here, you're always be coaching. In other words, every person you come in contact with, it doesn't do you any harm or them any harm to continue to talk about your coaching business. I want to help you with this. I want to help your kids with this. I want to help your wife with this. I want to help your friends with this. I'd love to help your boss with this. That becomes part of your conversation. If you want to build a coaching business, you have to always be coaching. And it doesn't matter if it's free. If the people are really poor and they can't afford your $99, which is almost nobody, but even if they can't, have some people come over to your house once a week, start your coaching business for free. And so that's part number 2. Offer your services for free. The way that you start coaching is just like the way you start speaking. It's the way you start writing. You have to start doing it and do it for free if you have to. You'll eventually see that some people are really excited. They're interested. They want to know more. They're going to say, well, what would it take for us to do this on a more regular basis? Or, hey, I have this friend over here. But you start seeding the ground with free. Always be coaching. Always be asking the question. And that's the way you're going to build your business. We call it the hustle. When you're an entrepreneur, you have to do the work, and the work is the hustle. Now, it doesn't feel like hustle once you break that initial mindset that says, look, I am a coach. This is what I do. Every person I talk to, you can talk to them about the deal they got at Costco on strawberries if you want to. If you want to continue that, fine. Oh, I got this great deal. Or you could become a coach, and you can talk about coaching. One of them is going to benefit them. The other one's not going to make that much difference. So what, they saved $1.29. Change your relationship with every person so that they know that you're a coach and you want to help them. You want to help somebody they know. It's the same kind of dialogue. It's friendship. It's dialogue. It's communication. It's intelligence. You can do that on the coaching thing just as well as you can do it with the strawberry thing. Just change your vocabulary. Change the way you talk. I want to talk about sell like a retriever. I know I mentioned this last time, either the last session or the one before that. You guys need to be selling. Now, I probably did this when we talked about the speakers circle and not during the fast track circle. So I kind of wanted to make the point again for this recording for the fast trackers. Sell like a retriever. I'll give you an example. I went to sell to a local shop last week. I actually taught their people how to sell like a dog, and that was part of the training was sell like a retriever. Always be bringing somebody with happy enthusiasm, wagging your tail. You're bringing them a new opportunity, and eventually they're going to take one. They might not like the dead possum, but they're going to like the duck. You bring them a freshly killed juicy duck. They like duck, so you're not really sure what they're going to like. And with the coaching thing, I was at the same place. Even after I taught them how to sell like a retriever, I went by, what's today? Today's Sunday. I think I was there Friday afternoon. I went by Friday afternoon. I talked to the owner, and I said, I'd really like to help you in your business, and I'd like to help you with this. And then he was like, yeah, kind of. And I said, well, I'd also like to help you with this. This is something that I understand about retail and about this. And he folded his arms. He didn't like the dead possum. It was automatic body language. So I jumped right off of that subject. And I said, there might be a reason why you don't want to do that. You've probably tried it and it didn't work before. But what I'd really like to do is also help you with this. And I said, YouTube. And I was talking about their Facebook advertising. I was talking about YouTube. I was talking about training their people internally. And I said, I'd like to come by twice a week and train your people. I'd like to help with both of your stores. You got another store in Charlotte. I can drive out there. And basically, I was the happy retriever. And I was giving them 10, 15, 20 different things that I can help them with. And one of them triggered. And he said, wow, I would really like for you to help me with that one. And so I got another contract with the same guy. This is my third contract with him. I got another contract with this guy to probably last 3 or 4 months to do another thing that I would have never gotten to if I just tried to sell him one thing. But because I was the happy retriever and I kept throwing stuff on the table, throwing stuff on the table, throwing stuff on the table, it's the same way in your coaching business. They might not want help with their business. They might not want help with their marriage. But you start talking about their kids, and they're like, man, I got a 13-year-old that needs me to talk. I don't know how to talk to my 13-year-old. And so they don't get that when you first start talking to them. That unless you seed them with, this would be great for your kids. If you have any teenagers at home and they're struggling between high school and college and they're getting ready to make the decisions, to have some kind of goal in their life that would help them find and fulfill their dreams so that they're happy. And, some people are like, that's their trigger. Like, boom, I'll hire you to do that. You come over to my house, teach my kids something, that'd be great. So the way that you do that is you sell like a retriever. You're always offering the deal. And if you do it correctly, if someone's allergic to strawberries and you tell them about the deal you got in strawberries, you know what they're going to say? I'm allergic to strawberries. They're not going to get mad at you because you're happy about your strawberry deal. It's the same way with this business. If you think about it as a natural extension of all your relationships and you're always talking about, hey, this is what I do and this is what I do and I like to help you with this and I like to help you with this, it automatically becomes part of your relationship with a person. And you'll know when it's too much. Don't let you decide when it's too much. Let them decide when it's too much. You should always push until they throw the possum back at you. All right. Last thing I want to talk about is quote big coaches. And here's something to help you become an expert. Get some major quotes that you use in your initial conversation with other people. And this is one of those little psychological hacks. Well, what makes you such a coach? Well, you can get rid of that psychological hack if you start quoting other coaches. Like if you quote Stephen Covey, or you quote Jim Rohn, or you quote, and I said, quote big coaches stuff, dead ones are better. In other words, if you're quoting a coach of somebody who's alive, they're going to go, well, why won't I just hire him? Right? They're like, well, for one reason, he's $10,000 and I can get you in for $99. But it's still better to quote people who are well-known in the industry, who've written some good books. Any of the success guys in the past, you don't have to memorize their entire books, but have a couple quotes that you use when you're seeding someone. Like Jim Rohn used to say, he's one of the greatest coaches ever alive. You quote him, and that saves you a tremendous amount of time in establishing yourself as an authority. You ride on the authority of the people you quote. And so that's a little hack for you guys as you start talking. Now, it's going to be nice that you have a certification. You have a nice little stamp that I'm a certified Dream Life coach. But some people would get way more weight from you quoting Jim Rohn and Zig Ziglar and Stephen Covey than seeing a little gold sticker on your website. Some people are going to like the gold sticker. Some of you guys like the gold sticker, and that's what's going to give you confidence to go out and sell your coaching stuff because you finally got a pat on the back and a gold sticker. Great. If that helps do that and it helps them do that, that's great. I'm glad we got the gold sticker. But you're going to get way more value if you learn a couple quotes. Just take it this week's homework, find at least 4 quotes that you can just memorize right off the top of your head. Jim Rohn said, Stephen Covey said, Albert Einstein said, and find some success quotes, some positive life change quotes, something that's related to the type of coaching that you're going to do, and have them and say, Albert Einstein said this, and this is why I do this thing. So you're going to tie your goals for them with this quote, and it's going to speed jump you into having that bridge, that connection for coaching. So that's basically the training for today. It's just a 10-minute short little overview of some of the stuff I wanted to give you, show you guys the certificate, talk to you about the event. When you come to the event, all you guys are going to get your certification there. I'm going to stop sharing the screen, and I want to open it up for Q&A. Last week was the homework. I gave you whiteboard, priorities, DIS, refine and define. I give you that list. This would be a good time to ask any questions that you might have that you didn't get answered, or anything about certification that you want to know, because we're only going to do 2 or 3 more sessions and we're done. Any questions?
What day is the ceremony?
I'm thinking.
Hey, that's a priority,
It is. I'm thinking we'll have to do it Saturday so that because Sunday's a short day.
Okay.
So we'll probably do a Saturday right after dinner break. We're having two dinners on Saturday. One is the normal dinner break, and then one's an after event dinner break. We're gonna do a gathering for everybody. If you guys want to join us for our 31st wedding anniversary dinner, we're gonna hang out. Haven't figured out where we're gonna go yet, but it'll be fun.
That group that got together the other night to go over